everybody. Today I am pleased to welcome to the Moore County Library Rose Highland-Sharpe. She is a local educator and storyteller, and she is going to present a Black History program for us this afternoon, and I know you're going to enjoy it. So I would like to introduce Rose Highland-Sharpe.
Hello, boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I'm Rose Highland-Sharpe, your local storyteller, a retired educator, and a broadcaster in radio and TV, homegrown here in Moore County. Yes, I'm a Moore County girl, here to give you one story about a fantastic lady, the woman called Moses, as we're kicking off Black History Month. And I have a couple of books to share with you. I'm just going to hold that up and pull it down. And it is Traveled on the Underground Railroad, if you traveled on the Underground Railroad. Now let me tell you a little bit about that first. And behind me there are so many books here at the Moore County Library in Carthage, North Carolina, about this woman called Moses. That is Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman, a wonderful lady I'm going to tell you about, but first, what's the Underground Railroad? Oh, it's not a choo-choo train. It's not a subway. It wasn't a rail train. It was a whole complex idea and a group of people of different colors and backgrounds and wonderful people who wanted to see people get free from slavery, the African-American slaves to get free. Well, so were my ancestors. The Underground Railroad wasn't a real railroad at all. It was a secret way to get from the South and slavery to the North and freedom. Sometimes you might ride in a railroad, and sometimes in a horse-drawn cart, sometimes in a fancy carriage, sometimes on a boat, and sometimes on horseback. And much of the time you would walk. You would just use your tired, weary feet. The whole trip was called the Underground Railroad, a secret place. Now on the way, who would help out with this railroad? Again, there were people of all backgrounds and colors, children and men and women, Northerners and Southerners, and everybody who wanted to see slavery to end and just help people to get free. There were storekeepers and housewives, carpenters, ministers, and teachers. And we just can't name them. I know all the names there were, but one of the most famous conductors, you heard of a conductor of a real railroad train? Well, this was the Underground Railroad, and one of the most famous conductors was Harriet Tubman. And there are many pictures behind me of her, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. And now that I've told you about the railroad, I have a book that I'm going to just read a little bit from, African American Portrait of People. I love this book by Kenneth Estelle, and I'm just going to go to page 32 and tell you about Harriet Ross Tubman, born in 1820, and she passed away in 1913. That's a long time ago. By the way, my father was born in 1905, and my mother was born in 1920 or 21, around that time. My goodness, that's just a little FYI for you. And I was born in the late 1950s. I'm kind of old myself, too. Born about 1820 in Dorchester County, Maryland, the state of Maryland. Harriet Ross Tubman had a hard life as a child, as a slave. She worked hard. She couldn't go to school even. She had severe punishment and beatings. Well, goodness gracious. In 1848, she escaped. She got away, leaving behind her husband, John Tubman, who threatened to report her to their master. Even he was going to tell on her. Oh my goodness. As a free woman, she began to figure out ways to help other slaves to escape. Over the following 10 years, listen, 10 years, she made about 20 trips, oh my goodness, from the north to the south and back and forth, and rescued more than 300 slaves. And they said that she never lost a passenger. Nobody died. That is amazing to me. And she did that with the help of other people, but she risked her own life to do that. I love that. In 1860, she began to canvass the nation, appearing at anti-slavery meetings and speaking on women's rights. She became a great speaker, and we could say an orator. And shortly before, the outbreak of the Civil War. She was forced to leave for Canada. You know, that's the country right above the United States. But she returned to the United States and served in the Union as a nurse, a soldier, and even a spy. Oh my goodness. She was particularly valuable to the Army as a scout because of her knowledge. When she was doing all the Underground Railroad stuff, she knew all the places and all the terrain and all the grounds and all the places in the United States in that area. So she was very good at what she knew how to do. Despite her receiving so many honors, even a great tribute and medal from Queen Victoria, she spent her last days as a very poor person. She finally got, for her 30 years of service, or it took about 30 years after the Civil War, to receive $20 a month for her service. Oh my goodness, bless her heart. But she took that little bit of money and made a lot happen with that little bit of money to help the poor, the children that didn't have food or clothing, grown people that needed a place to stay, and they named this place in her honor, renamed the Harriet Tubman Home. Bless her heart. And then she passed away in Auburn, New York. Again, that was 1913. And again, my dad was a little boy during that time. Harriet Ross Tubman, the woman we call Moses. If you heard about Moses in the Bible, for you Vacation Bible School and Sunday school scholars and whatnot, Moses delivered the Israelites, didn't he? Well, this woman called Moses helped to deliver a people, African American slaves. How about that? I encourage you to read more of these wonderful books here with the Moore County Library, or wherever your library might be. And there are 5 libraries with Moore County Library. We know you can't physically come into the library, but there are ways that you can get those books and do things online. In this Underground Railroad and delivering people from slavery, there was music. I'm just going to concentrate on one way that was used to give messages, hidden messages about people going to escape. These are songs that we have heard in church, in our chorus. I know I did at Pinehurst Middle School, in Vacation Bible School, BTU, that's Baptist Training Union, and all these things, and whatever church you were in, or in the 4-H camp, we even sang some of these songs. Oh my goodness. But I didn't know as a little girl that these were songs with hidden messages to help people to escape to freedom. I'm going to give you about a minute of each one. For example, you might have heard this one. Rock of my soul in the bosom of Abraham, rock of my soul in the bosom of Abraham, rock of my soul in the bosom of Abraham, oh, rock of my soul. And I see a sign that says Libraries Rock. Rock of my soul. All right. And if you haven't heard that, go look it up and ask your musician at your church. I bet you it's in your hymn book, it's in your chorus book at school. Ask your music teacher and those things. Here's another one that I remember, yes I do, from the middle school days in the chorus. Michael rowed a boat ashore, hallelujah. Michael rowed a boat ashore, hallelujah. That boat's coming to get you to freedom. There's a hidden message. There's one, rock of my soul. There's a rock over there where you're going to get to freedom. A hidden message. And another one. Oh, I love this one from Vacation Bible School. Here it goes. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. Climb with me. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. Soldiers of the cross. Keep on climbing. Oh, that's one. And there again, near the ladder, there's a place of freedom. Get ready. That's how the message was delivered. And I love this one. There's a light shining. And when that light shined, you know that was a place where you could get freedom somewhere to get on that Underground Railroad. Oh my goodness. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, oh mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Ooh, this little light of mine, oh mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it show. Ooh, how about that? And this one I love so much. Oh my goodness. Come by here, my Lord. Come by here. Come by here and get me on that Underground Railroad. Come by here, my Lord. Come by here. Woo! Come by here, my Lord. Come by here. Oh, whoa, Lord. Come by here. And I like the version where it's slower, that we used to sing at 4-H camp, Vespers, and right out of here from Moore County, going to those different places every night, we would sing this in the African tongue. Kumbaya, my Lord, kumbaya. Kumbaya, my Lord, kumbaya. Again, that means come by here. Kumbaya, my Lord, kumbaya. Ooh. Oh, Lord, kumbaya. Shh. Kumbaya. Shh. Kumbaya. How about that? Hidden messages. Thank you so much for taking time to listen to my story about Harriet Tubman. And I'm going to say this as I close out. Rose Highland-Sharpe. Little bit of my history right quick. Great-granddaughter of John Highland from Scotland and Great Britain. Great-great-granddaughter of Hannah Moore, a Cherokee Indian right above here in Carthage, North Carolina. Granddaughter of Elizabeth Thomas Highland, part Lumbee Indian down out of Scotland County area. Descendant of West Indian, Dutch, French, and African ancestors. And my granddaddy was a wonderful teacher, Lawrence Highland in Clio, South Carolina. And my great-grandmother, Selina Covington Ingram, was a great teacher out of Eastwood and over in Taylortown, North Carolina. And all of my family, veterans of the United States of America, business owners, teachers, and everybody in their place and space. And I'm so honored to have wonderful ancestors. And everything I am today, I owe to them and the good Lord upstairs. Thank you so much.
I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did. Isn't Rose fantastic? Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again soon here at the Moore County Library. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Town Talk. I'm your host, Rose Highland-Sharpe. Highland Communications for storytelling, edutainment, music, and much more. Call at 910-528-0718. I'm Rose Highland-Sharpe, and as always, I hope you enjoy the show. And honey, remember, some way by God's grace and mercy, if you're walking the walk, you'll be on Town Talk. Take care. God bless. Town Talk airs daily at 11 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. and other times noted in the evening on WYBE TV Spectrum Cable 3, Southern Pines, North Carolina, and on Rose Highland-Sharpe YouTube 24 hours a day. It is a service to the community.
We are climbing.